Hi everyone, this is Lady T with your Aquarius Q&A reading for March 2023. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you for all your likes, shares, your subscribes, your comments, and let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to try to make it through this reading. I don't know because I'm getting over a cold, so I don't know if my voice will hold up, but we're going to try it anyway. So I am currently using the Ask Yourself Tarot, which we're going to go over the questions for the cards that you got. Your reading has a lot of cards in it, Aquarius, so that tells me you're going through a lot. And there's a lot of energy in your cards as well, because a lot of cards are flying, which tells me that, you've got a lot going on, but that there's a lot of energy out there right now. So let's go ahead and get into your center energy. You're focused on happiness at this point. And the question with the Ten of Cups is, what situation in your life is bringing forth completion and total happiness? So this is about some situation coming to a point of where you're just happy with it. With the Ace of Cups, this is to me about perhaps this is a romance or a love of some sort coming towards you, or even the love that you need to foster within yourself is also what I'm getting there. And it says, are you prepared to have a new beginning in love? So this tells me here with the question that this is potentially somebody coming towards you. And also, I'm led to still say that, when it comes to love, we have to step into the energy of loving ourselves the way we want that person to love us. So we have to be the example for someone else. So make sure that you are really, really loving on yourself, really, really understanding how you deserve love. You're enough, that you matter, how you feel about things matters, and that the person who's right for you is going to accept you exactly as you are. And so let's go ahead and see what your crowning energy was, because you had a whole bunch of cards fall out for this part. Now, we first have the Wheel of Fortune. So there is a cycle that's potentially trying to come to a close. And it says, what changes are entering your life and how are they a part of your destiny? So the wheel is turning. Okay, so things are changing. Next, we have the Death card. So this is telling me that one cycle is closing. Some things need to come to an end in order for this new cycle to come in. And it says, what situation in your life is transforming and changing to bring about something new? And because you have the Ace of Cups in your crowning energy, I suspect that you are wanting love. And that's why the Ace of Cups is coming out to confirm that for you, because that's what's foremost on your mind. Now we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Now, Seven of Pentacles is typically, investing in something. But with this being in the reverse, maybe that's where the death is coming from. You are not investing in anything or something in particular moving forward. With this Page of Pentacles, this is somebody potentially coming in to offer you something, a solid offer. But also with the Page of Pentacles, this is about learning. So this is telling me that maybe you have learned where to invest and not to invest your time, your heart, anything like that, because you've got the King of Cups next. And so the King of Cups typically is someone who is not the person who wears their heart on their sleeve. They're not a mushy person. They don't really, really express themselves from an emotional standpoint very often. They don't let other people in on that. So if you are dealing with the King of Cups and you are the person or the interest of their love, then you are, in the inner circle, if you will, right? Because they don't let everybody in, and they most certainly don't give their heart to everybody either. Because this King of Cups situation, or maybe perhaps this love situation in general has been quite a burden for you. And so that's part of the death that's happening as well. Learning where to invest, learning when something is becoming too much of a burden for you to be carrying it. Okay. And next we have the Seven of Wands. So defending your point of view. So perhaps you are releasing the burden here, right? And now somebody's challenging. Well, what do you mean you're releasing me? What do you mean you're letting go? What do you mean, you're not doing X, Y, Z? Because you're the Queen of Swords here. The Queen of Swords cuts out the nonsense. The Queen of Swords does not, excuse me, engage in too much BS at all. In fact, because they don't have time for it. They're a mover. They're a shaker. They're doing some things. Okay, so really, what I'm getting here, and I'll read those questions on the bottom of those cards in just a moment. You've learned something about where not to invest, and perhaps it is with this King of Cups, and because it's become too much of a burden for you. And you've had to defend this position because now this King of Cups is coming at you like, hey, what the heck, right? So you're like, no, don't come here with that. You know what I'm saying? So you're, standing your ground here. You've got the sword. You're not arbitrarily using the sword, but you are most certainly willing to pick it up if need be. Okay. I like this energy though, Aquarius. Very powerful energy, standing in your power as well. Now, what led up to this Four of Pentacles? So somebody holding back, perhaps you holding back, they holding back, somebody held back. And let me get back to the questions. I apologize. Let's look at the questions here. So we talked about the Death card and what that means. The question with the Seven of Pentacles is, what situation in your life are you ready to invest your time, energy, and money into? That's the question that was in reverse. So that tells me that we're right on track with you not wanting to invest in a certain area. Now, the Page of Pentacles card says, what skill are you being called to develop? So again, that learning aspect. What are you called to learn at this time? Is it a lesson, perhaps? Because I think that's, based on what we're reading here, that's what I'm getting. King of Cups, what situation in your life requires balanced emotions and careful observations? Because maybe you're not seeing things clearly. Okay, with this King of Cups, maybe they're not seeing things clearly, but there needs to be more balance so that the clarity can come in. We've got the Ten of Wands here. What has become overwhelming in your life? Okay, so you're carrying a lot with this, right? A lot of burdens. Okay, and this may not necessarily be the situation with the King of Cups. It could be life in general, and you're just feeling overwhelmed. With the Seven of Wands, we've got what area of your life needs boundaries and protection. So again, putting boundaries in place is basically putting the message out, hey, you're not going to do this thing to me. You're not going to treat me this way. That's what boundaries are. How you are willing to be treated by anyone. Okay. And then with the Queen of Swords, the question is, what situation in your life do you need to be more logical about? So maybe not necessarily coming from the heart space, but moving more into a logical response. Now, with the Four of Pentacles here, we have, what situation in your life are you still holding on to? So perhaps needing to release something, also perhaps needing to heal, perhaps holding on to the hurt of a situation too, is what I'm getting. Next, we have the Five of Cups as your outcome. And that says, what painful situation in your life are you focused on, and what positive aspects are you not seeing? So again, not having that clarity perhaps in this situation, and feeling some sorrow, feeling some regret and everything. But really, as we look at the rest of your cards, maybe we'll get some more insight. But perhaps because of other situations in the past, maybe that's why you're not seeing this the way that it should be seen. Maybe you've had this happen similarly in the past. And so you're just stepping into I've had this happen before, I'm not dealing with this, that kind of thing, right? Okay, now we're going to go ahead and get to the messages from the guides oracle for you and see what they have to say. The first one is express your feelings. So this is about standing in your truth, speaking your truth. Okay. Next we have, you are here for a reason. So this is about perhaps learning the lesson again, also fulfilling your life purpose. Perhaps you're repeating cycles. You're supposed to learn something here, is what I'm getting overwhelmingly. Next, we have an attitude of gratitude. So this is stepping into gratitude for the lesson that's trying to come in and teach you something right now. But I suspect that you've gone through a lot, and because you've gone through a lot, that might be why your view is a little skewed right now. Next, we have calm is not a weakness. So, really watching how you respond to situations and people that may trigger you at this time. Really, really being calm, really, really making sure not to project your emotions that are all over the place with that ten of swords. Ten of Wands, rather, the burden that you're carrying, because that makes you feel a lot of stress. And when you feel a lot of stress, and then somebody tries to come at you, you typically will not handle it in the best way because you're so caught up in the stress. You're unbalanced. You need grounding for you to be able to handle things in a calm, cool fashion. Which leads me right back to that Queen of Swords, because Queen of Swords, she'll listen, but don't try to BS the Queen of Swords, because she'll cut your head off if you try to do that. Now we've got death is an illusion. So even though you may think this is an ending, perhaps that's the illusion you're in. Okay. We've got choose love over fear. So this is about you stepping into the energy of understanding that perhaps you're looking at this situation the wrong way. And it could lead you to your Ten of Cups, because it is an Ace of Cups, right? And it could lead you to that. But if you're not seeing that, you could inadvertently miss the opportunity by holding back. We've got lead by example. That's what I was talking about. When you step into love for yourself, then you can allow others who are at that same frequency of love to come in and have faith and confidence that that's what they're here for. Next, we have possess self confidence. So, this is about you stepping in again, not only to your truth and speaking your truth, but also having the confidence in what you are feeling, what you know. Okay. And when you are overwhelmed and not grounded, it's very easy not to see things the way that they are. And then the other thing that leads me to say to you is, what story are you making up in your head right now? What story are you telling yourself about this situation that could be incorrect? Maybe there's some cleaning out of the past cycle of thoughts and negative thinking, limiting beliefs, and so forth that needs to occur here as well. Now we're looking at your personal power messages. And the first one is, I am divinely guided. So this is about having that relationship with spirit and being able to follow your intuition with faith and confidence. Next, you have I am ready. Now, what I like about this is they say they're ready, but they have their eyes covered. So I got a couple of different things with that. Okay, I'm ready to not try to lead myself. I'm ready for spirit to lead me in understanding that you're ready for this next level, this next cycle, this next whatever, right? We also have I am safe. So this is about that grounding. This is about your root chakra. And this could be potentially regarding, issues from the past as well that are coming up that make you feel unsafe at this time. Like I said, you're being triggered for some reason, maybe because you're just overwhelmed, but also because maybe perhaps conversations or something said, something is causing you to feel unsafe at this time, but you are safe. So that's your confirmation. We got I am forgiving. So this is about if you want forgiveness from others ever in your lifetime, this is about you showing forgiveness, because you have to be the thing that you ask for. So if you're asking for love, you have to be the love. If you are asking for forgiveness, you have to be forgiveness. And it says I am abundant. So this is about understanding that you are abundant in many more ways than just money, because a lot of people think abundance is money, but abundance is you waking up every day. Abundance is having a home or a place that's safe for you to live, to have the food and basic needs met. And then anything beyond that is truly blessings. Okay. But you're blessed every single day. The next one is I am confident. And you did have that message up there about possess self-confidence. So this is about stepping into your power. This is about stepping into your confidence. I am knowledge. So this is again about the Page of Pentacles here, with you learning something new. with you using that to your advantage as you move forward. I am happy. Again, I get the message about you playing some kind of record inside your head that says you don't deserve happiness or something along those lines. But it's a lie, it's an illusion. Everyone deserves happiness, everyone deserves love and abundance and all of the wonderful things in life, but we have to align to the things we're asking for. And it says, I am blessed. So you have, gratitude, you have blessings, and you have I am connected. So to me, this is connected either with yourself because this is two of her in opposite directions. So coming even back into connection with yourself, meaning your light, your dark, your divine feminine, divine masculine, um, just really coming into balance, coming back into connection with yourself, healing perhaps things from the past. It could be all the way back to inner childhood, perhaps. Um, but really, really focused on coming into balance within yourself, accepting all of you, the light, the dark, and everything. Now we have intuition. So your intuition is being maybe perhaps heightened at this time. Your intuition is what you should be listening to. But if you have had a skewed view of things, your intuition might not be able to get through also right now. So really, really grounding yourself is going to be important. And of course, you get the nature card. So stepping out into nature. So Mother Gaia can help you ground. We've got listen, and this is again to nature, to the angels, the spirit guides, your dreams, all of that. Making sure to write down anything that you're saying, of course, that is repeating. Anything that comes to you after a dream, even before you get up and go and do anything, you want to write it down because pretty much most of the time that stuff disappears because we get so busy it disappears. And we've got pause. So this is to me about wait, handle what you need to handle within yourself, handle your feelings, your emotions, handle the illusion perhaps that you're in that something isn't good, something isn't right, or whatever the case may be. Next, we have perseverance. So keep going, even though you may not be sure of where you're headed. It seems like, maybe there's a storm around you. Maybe you're not seeing clearly, kind of thing. Having trust and faith and confidence at this time. We've got freedom so that you can get into this freedom, so that you can free yourself, is what I'm getting to, from all of the emotions and the illusion. Also getting a different perspective because the bird is flying high on this card. We've got on the right path. So even though you don't think you're on the right path, you are. This is that worry, right? Worry about, what next step do I take? What decision do I make? And having trust and confidence, like I mentioned a few moments ago, that spirit is leading you and guiding you. We've got patience, so everything is in divine timing. Patience used to be one of the words that I hated to hear because I'm not a patient person, being a Leo sun. And so, with that being said, I'm like, I want it now. But I've learned over time that patience is definitely necessary because when you wait on divine timing, guess what? It works out better than you could have ever thought it would in so many different ways. We've got balance, and we've talked about coming into balance again. We have asked for guidance. So this is about asking your spiritual team, your ancestors, praying. You can do this through meditation. You can do this just in conversation, and just really, really connecting with your spiritual team to ask for some assistance. And then the last one is so that you get some direction. You know which way to go as far as your next step to take. I do hope, Aquarius, that this helps you. Much love and light, Lady T.